Why does the President of the United States need to be flanked by grieving mothers and little children every time he talks about gun control? As I recall, the President stated that 90% of people agree with these measures.
90% of Americans, 90%, support background checks that will keep criminals and people who've been found to be a danger to themselves or others from buying a gun.
It's easy to get 90% of people to agree to a survey that asks the question, do you support background checks that will keep criminals and people who have been found to be a danger to themselves or others from buying a gun? The real question should be, do you think background checks will keep criminals and people who have been found to be a danger to themselves or others from buying a gun? We don't need a survey to answer that question. We have real-world accounts. Newtown, Aurora, Virginia Tech, and the 500-plus gun deaths reported in Chicago where guns are outlawed.
Keep weapons of war and high-capacity ammunition magazines that facilitate these mass killings off our streets.
And as for the whole keeping weapons of war off the streets, hyperbole much lately, they use handguns in war. They use bolt-action rifles in war. They use knives in war. But somehow, they don't fit the definition of weapons of war. And the gun used most in gun crimes, the handgun, doesn't even get mentioned because the whole concept of weapons of war is garbage. And what is a high-capacity ammunition magazine? I get the magazines that come with the gun. Last I checked, those were standard capacity magazines. So tell me, what's the magic number for ammunition capacity? 1,000? 10 rounds? 5 rounds? 1 round? Because if you limit magazine capacity to 7 rounds and then another tragedy happens, you're gonna argue that 7 rounds are too many, and now we need to go down to 3. And for those not paying attention, that's effectively called a slippery slope. And let's be clear about something. The idea that atrocities like Newtown are considered opportunities to pass gun control legislation is disgusting.
Shame on us if we've forgotten. I haven't forgotten those kids. Shame on us if we've forgotten.
So don't shame on me. Shame on you for looking at such atrocities as a chance to push your agenda for gun control. Your words, not mine.
Now's the time to turn that heartbreak into something real.
You stated yourself that there will be violence and evil even after these measures are put into place. But if it saves 1 life, it's worth it.
There will still be gun deaths, there will still be tragedies, there will still be violence, there will still be evil.
But what about the countless lives saved by people using guns? Do they not count? Because these measures essentially make it harder for good people to continue to save their lives with firearms. So while you're trying to save 1 life with gun control, millions are saving their lives with guns. How many lives may be lost if those rights are taken away?